Alrighty, so before we can do jumping or anything, we need to first make the camera follow the player. So to do this, we need two scripts and an object. Now this object is going to be a empty game object, which is just a point in space. So let's do that first. So you're going to come up to game object and go create empty, or it's going to be Shift Command N on Mac. Don't know what the shortcut is on PC. It's probably Control Shift N, and that'll create a game object with transform and nothing else. And mine automatically went to where my camera is because I've done this before, but your one will probably be anywhere. It might be at 0, 0, 0, so I'm just going to put mine there. And we're going to call this 3 underscores, that's only 2, 3 underscores and camera target. So, the 3 underscores isn't necessary, it's just I do that so that way it's at the top of my list, it's out of the way of everything else and I can find it easy. So where do we want to put this? Now if you see, you'll see our camera is at 0, 0, negative 10. So that means in our game window that's how far out it is. If I move it in, it gets closer, but I like it at negative 10, so I'm just going to do that. You can have it at whatever depth you like. Then we're going to take camera target and put it at the same spot, so 0, 0, negative 10. So it's at the same spot as it is the camera. Then what we're going to do is create those scripts. So in our scripts folder, we're going to go create new folder, because I like to keep my scripts organized really nice. I'm going to call this a camera scripts. And then in here, we're going to create 2 JavaScripts. And we'll call this one camera follow and player follow. So we'll do player follow first because that one's easier. Alrighty, so what are we doing here? We need a variable. It's going to be called player. Now the type isn't going to be float, it's going to be transform with a capital T. It's important that it has a capital T, otherwise it'll be the other kind of transform and it'll get confused. Now this transform is referring to that with a capital T. It's referring to this. So pretty much if I save this and I put player follow onto camera target, so our point, and then it'll look, say I got player and then none transform. So what I do is I can either click on this target thing at the side of the none, and you can pick what you want out of here, or what you can do is you can just drag it on. So also if you click on here, it tells you where that is. So what did that do? So now whenever we say player, it'll refer to the player's transform. So if I go player dot position dot whatever, that's the same as going game object dot find player dot transform dot position, because it already is the transform, so you don't have to write player dot transform dot position. So what I'm going to do in here is go transform dot position with lowercase t equals player dot position dot x, and I'll put dot x. No, not dot x. Yeah, dot x. I did z. Sorry. Yeah. So what this pretty much does is every time a frame is rendered, this will match this on the z-axis. So then we'll copy this and we'll paste it here, and we'll make it y as well. We're not going to make z because we want it to keep the depth that it has at the moment. So if I hit select that so you can see it, now you play, you'll see it follows the player, but it follows it at negative 10. So that's that bit done. Now we're going to open up camera follow. and this is going to go on the camera. This is one's a little bit more complicated. We need two variables. We're going to go target is a transform, and the second one's going to be what is it? Sorry, it's going to be a float. Make it 5. So what did we do that for? Pretty much a lerp is, it's like a dampening thing, like on the camera I showed you earlier. Pretty much it takes 1 point and then another point and then a time or like a number, and that tells it how long to take to get from one point to the other. So let's do that. I'm going to go transform dot position equals vector 3 dot lerp with a capital L, and we're going to go transform dot position inside the brackets, comma, target dot position, and then we're going to go lerp times time dot delta time with capital T, lowercase d, and then a capital T. So what does this do? Pretty much it takes where the camera is now and the target point, which is the camera target we made earlier, takes that position, and then it tells it how long to take to travel between those 2 points. So if we save this, and time.delta time is pretty much to do with seconds and stuff. So we'll talk about more of that later. But if we hit play, nothing happened because I didn't put the script onto the camera. I'm going to drag camera follow. Select the main camera. You know it's the main camera because it'll have this window. Also, it'll give you the camera preview. It's pretty nifty. Drag that on there. So we need to set a few things. We need to set the target, which is 3_ camera target, and you can change the lerp value to your liking. That if we hit play, we have a damped camera. Isn't that pretty damn cool? You can see it more if I look through the y-axis. See, there's the player, there's the camera, and if I move left and right, it does that. And we'll just quickly have a play around with the lerp time. So I doubled it, so it's 10, so it's like quicker, I'm pretty sure. That looks quicker. Try 1. Yeah, the bigger, the smaller the number, the longer it takes. See, the player can run pretty far when it's like that. But I like 5. 5's a good number. So that's how to do that. In the next one, we're going to do jumping, and after that, probably gun aiming, which is pretty full on, but you know, we'll get there.